Hi guys, how are you doing? So today is Wednesday, March 5th, and there are like a lot of data that we actually have to analyze today because there's a lot of news and data which are announcing we have a tariff war that has begun, and things are looking quite different from our expectations. So market is giving us big moves and we can actually take benefit out of it. So at 2:30 a.m., that is standard time, the Swiss CPI would be announced, and the CPI of the Swiss is on the monthly level, and CPI incorporates basically the inflation that is existent, and it shows the change in the price of goods and services purchased by the consumers. And this data actually incorporates majority of inflation, and it actually deals with the based on the inflation, the interest rates are being adjusted. Secondly, we do have an ADP non-farm employment change at 8:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, and it deals with the number of people employed during the previous month, and the greater is good for the currency. So the data provides an early look at the employment growth, usually 2 days ahead of the government releases the employment data that is designated to mimic the source. And overall, like ADP basically analyze the data that will be coming on NFP. And similarly, we have pounds monetary policy report hearing, important because it also deals with the interest rates and known as also the policy rates. Then we have like a final service PMI. The PMI actually deals with the surveyed purchase managers in the service industry. So it is basically a purchase manager survey index, and above 50 looks really good. We do have a data that is below 50 right here, but it is a leading indicator in the economic health. Business reacts quickly to the market conditions. Their purchasing managers hold perhaps the most current and relevant insight into the company's economy. So it also which asks the respondents to rate the level of the business condition, including employment, production, new orders, and the services, suppliers, and deliveries. And ISM is the level of a diffuse index based on service purchasing managers, including the manufacturing industry. So it is a leading indicator of economic health and business tech uh, quickly to the market conditions. And similarly, it's a survey of about 300 respondents that are the purchase managers, including the environment, employment, production order, and supply, deliveries, and inventories. And ISM is basically an important data as well. So we have this PMI, final service PMI, and ISM service PMI. So this is really important data that would be coming, and we have to specifically understand the importance of this data that would be incorporated in the market. So let's quickly jump into the understanding of dollar index, that how things are looking and how the dollar is specifically reacting. So on the journal observation, we can see that dollar was actually pushing on the downside. Then we had this range right here. The price broke up on the upper side, and then we can see that the one push and then second push, and then price came back, made a small head and shoulder right here, and then prices dumped down. At this point, the prices started pushing on the upper side but failed, and we can see that the reaction also happened here, and again the price has gone towards 105 right here, 105, and we can actually expect that the prices are reaching to the to this point that actually was a weekly low as well, and you can see that this level is really important right here. Most probably, like with this kind of momentum which we can actually observe right here, prices can literally come down right here as well, and even down there as well. So but for now onwards, we would be still considering it as a bearish move. The idea is that although this candle right here is showing some of resistance right here, but most probably like prices might push on the upper side and then reject and move on the downside like that. So for me, the dollar is weak right now, and maybe tomorrow with these datas, prices can prices can increase for the DXY. But overall, the data also portrays that the ISM might be positive, and that can give a small push if it comes according to the forecast. So this is what actually it looks like. Let's jump further. So when it comes to Canadian dollar right here, so we can see that the prices actually moved on the upper side like that, pushed further on the upper side, and gave us a pin bar, a doji right here, and then again prices pushed up, again failed to break and came back down. So it's kind of like a double top right here in front of us, and until and unless we can see a reaction to break on the downside, then we can actually expect. But the thing is that Canadian dollar is quite weak right now based on the other pairs as in a correlation with the US dollar. So there was like a good push on the upper side like that, and we can see that each time prices mid high right here, but it failed to break the high from this point. So seems like there might be like macroeconomic factors included that can even push the prices now down and in the favor of Canadian dollar. So Canadian dollar, I wasn't expecting that it would be holding right here, but it's good. It might be due to this order block as well. That is right here. That we can this type of reaction which we are looking at. So let's see that how this range actually acts, and then we can actually understand that what should be done after that. And let's move forward. So USD CHF has given us the similar move to DXY right here, and we can actually see that the prices are continuously pushing on the downside. This is a small corrective move that can happen, and then we can actually expect a move on the downside like that. But it all depends upon the Swiss CPI that would be coming at around 2:30 2:30 a.m. today, and let's see how the prices actually react. There might be a chance that the CPI would be, according to the forecast, the CPI would be coming good for Swiss. That then we might see a reaction further on the downside. And the most important thing right here is that we do have a clear range right here. So much likelihood that prices can push on the downside. So let's see. So right here on USD JPY, there has been multiple times that prices actually try to break above here, but we can see that prices are continuously failing, and the liquidity around this top has been also taken out, and liquidity around the bottom has taken out. Prices reacting around this order block right now, so can give us a good opportunity to go on the downside like that. And most important thing, guys, that which I want to like show you that how accurately this level worked right here. You see, the people who were on the long side from here has been stopped out right here. Really important stuff. Euro USD has gained Euro USD has gained the momentum right here. Although in the long run, it's on the bearish side right here, but we can see this range has been developed, and prices are reaching on the high end of this range, and nobody was expecting it to go like that based on the policies right now implemented in United States. Things are looking in the favor of the euro, and we can see right here that prices has been making continuation of the higher highs and higher lows, and then breaking on the upper side. So let's see how the reaction actually happens and how we can actually take the benefit out of it. So most probably, like, the reaction which we are looking at might get a small pullback and then further continuation on the upper side until and unless like a proper break happens on the downside. But still, right now it is quite bullish. And Euro GBP, we can see right here that this was a continuation move from this point. After price coming down there, price came back down there, made a range right here, and broke on the upper side, reaching to the level where the shorts were actually executed. And we can see the reversal that has happened is it's really clear. uh, we do have imbalances right here, like for example right here, and for example right here. So price might even pull back a little bit and might continue on the upper side like that, because euro is more stronger as compared to the pound. So euro Aussies has been proving to be a bit weaker right here. Was a small pullback and this continuation move on the upper side, and still not a great pullbacks. But we need to actually see that how things react. Today we also had um, Australian dollars GDP rate that was coming out, and it was exactly according to the forecast. So seems like the things looked really good. And Euro NZD right here, no pullbacks, even it has broken our zone from this point. So most probably on the weekend I would be like adjusting these levels because I want the prices to extend fully right now, so that I can actually observe it later on, that how things would be looking. But on weekend we must have to actually put new levels in this pair and readjust all the levels, and we can see that a small pullback right here and then continuation, a small pullback, and most probably like it would be breaking on the upper end like that. Yeah, euro CAD right here. So as we have discussed, that Canadian dollar is not doing well right now as compared to the other pairs like Swiss and yens, because what you need to know, guys, that the Canadian dollar is made up of like USD CAD CAD. This is the pair right here, right? So most of the time when USD JPY or USD CHF, when it usually, if the dollar is going down, we expect yens to go up, we expect Swiss to go up. But in the case of USD CAD, we can see that the Canadian dollar is so weak that dollar is going up. So this is a big anomaly right now in the market, and I'm just like waiting for an exact opportunity based on that. So we can see right here that the prices broke out, and right here we can see that the Canadian dollar has gained a little bit of strength right here, as we saw in USD CAD as well. So that's why we can see this push on the downside. But uh, let's see if we can get a break at the bottom from this point. We can actually expect a move like that could be happening, pushing the prices on the downside, but it really depends upon the timing right now. So USD Euro JPY has given us a great move. the yens got weaker, and we can see the reaction that actually happened today. It seems quite realistic in a sense that we can see that this is a good amount, good powerful breakout that happened through this zone, and even through this zone right here, and might even like the prices would be reaching up there as well. Similar structure euro chf uh, has been more weaker than yens, as we can see right here. It's almost the same type of move that happened, and the prices are actually pushing on the upper side. Seems like euro has been like a masterpiece right here. It's getting really strong after this move, so any sort of a pullback can actually push the prices on the further upper side. But it's really important to analyze right now that we do have an imbalance right here. So prices can even like come down to this point and later on start moving on the downside like that. So it's really important to see that how and when. So GBP USD hasn't given us a good breakout as compared to euro, but we can see that that is the indication, guys. Like, see, the euro GBP sorry, pound USD hasn't given us a big move, so that's why euro GBP was uh, in a bullish trend right here. And we can see that although the prices are pushing on the upper side, but we might get a pullback around here, and then the prices might push on the upper side like that. So based on the current trend, yeah, GBP Aussie has been a great mover, and you can see that how much it has moved around this point. A lot of big move, guys. It was like a potential opportunity, and really important stuff right here that we can see from this point to this point. Prices has moved around about like 695 pips, and a great opportunities. And right now, something important is happening that we can see right here, that prices even tried to pull back a little bit, and it's still pushing on the upper side. Might break out of this range and continue the move on the upper side like that. So this is GBP NZD right here. GBP NZD has given us a great opportunity as well. Similarly, like Aussie GBP AUD, and we can see the breakout has happened and it is still continuing. But really important to see that the first time rejection, a second time rejection, and let's see how the things react. Otherwise, we can expect a move on the downside like that, but it's a matter of time that how things actually develops based on the US dollar. GBP CAD has given us a good potential move on the downside today. A good engulfing bar right here, and right now the prices can go a little bit up because the Canadian market is not functional right now. But as the London session would get started, we can actually observe that prices can be pushed on the downside like that. So GJ uh, GJ has given us a double top right here. So most probably, like, the idea was that prices can continue from there on the downside, but it didn't go as per plan. We can see that there was a good amount of resistance right here, the breakout. Prices pushed down around about to the 90% of this move, and then we can see that a big push on the upper side happened. So this candle right here that is being developed is not convincing enough, so to push the prices down. But most probably, like, the prices will be pushed on the upper side like that to get a measured move from this point to this point. GBP CHF right here. So similarly to the yens right here, we can see that this is a zone right here that is being held right now. prices came back directly into this zone right here, and we can see the reaction that we got on the upper side. And the thing is that right here we had an imbalance, and the wick formed on the bottom, and then price is pushing on the upper side. Seems quite solid right now. Nothing specific in this pair right now. And then AUD USD, we can see in Aussies are still weak, not as great breakout as it happened in the euro and pound. The prices are still intact, and we do have a small order block right here. Much interested in that, and for that reason I would be placing my alert right here. Might give us an opportunity from this top, but we need to actually see that how specifically the dollar reacts around this point, and then we can actually super analyze that. But most probably that the idea is that if the Australian dollar didn't get stronger, or if the price on the DXY starts to rise on the upper side, we can expect a big move on the downside like that really quickly in Australian dollar, because it is specifically quite weak than expected sense. And this was a trade that I executed. So we can see that the prices were in the intense range. It's like Aussie and ZD right here, and prices went on the downside, pushed on the upper side, again went on the downside, and I kind of like executed right here. And we can see that prices went down. I was able to lock my profits around this point, but quite a chunk of the portion of the lot size I kind of like closed here, but the chunk of the lot size was still added. So I was expecting the prices to reach on the downside like that towards this point right here, but the prices didn't come. So what happened that before, when this breakout actually happened from this point, I moved my stop loss, and this was my stop loss level, and you can see that I got stopped out. And right now the prices are still in the range, and let's see how it specifically reacts. So I would be removing these levels so that I can look at it. So this is let it be there, and let's see how things look. So AUD CAD, we can see that the Canadian dollar has given us a big amount of reaction in Australian dollar right here. And after this breakout which happened, we can see that the prices might even further go on the downside like that, and might complete the structure around here. So let's see. It's really nice to see that the Canadian dollar is actually taking the control back, and but it really depends on the momentum right now. If the things remains the same in Canadian dollars, so we can see that Canadian dollar is getting a little bit stronger, and on the Australian dollar it has given us a good impact. So really important to see that this was our you can see this was our ideal level right here, which we were looking as a point of interest. And we can see that there was a good amount of pullback around here, and then prices slowly moved this wedge pattern right here, and we can see that the prices pushed on the downside right now. And after pushing on the downside, we can see that prices has made a low at this point, and after the formation of this low, prices even like broke on the downside, and we can see a good amount of pullback around 90% from this point to this point. And now the prices are developing, might even push on the lower side, but really important to see this correlation specifically with the yens and other pairs out there. Similarly, AUD CHF, Prices although has reached the level right here, reached to this level right here, and exactly a good support, exactly a good support right here. And we can see that the reaction, that how it happened. And after that, we got a certain reaction around this point, but we need to actually get a good breakout so that any sort of pullback can continue to move like that. So let's see that will the Australian dollar be able to get that move out of it. And this is now NZD USD. NZD USD has broken out of this level, and similarly to the Australian dollar, quite similar. And right here, NZD has also given us a two candles of the 4 hour, similar to the Aussies, but there was only one candle in pound and Australian dollar. NZD JPY has given us a move on the upper side like that, and might even like move further on the upper side, specifically reaching to this point around this level. So in that case, we actually need to figure out that how things are looking, because yens are strong. Today yens has gotten a little bit weaker with this move, but let's see how the formation occurs. NZD-CHF has given us a good move. I was able to secure this move, and after that we did got a reaction around here, and this reaction actually broke on the downside, and price is reaching back to the level. Most probably, like we can expect a low hanging fruit trade right from this point. Price is again going on the downside, but we actually need to like super analyze and wait and time our entry properly. Although it is showing right now that the prices can go on the downside, really a good low hanging fruit trade if somebody want to try. Similarly, CAD, JPY, we can see that yens has gotten weaker, but Canadian dollar has also found the strength, and that's why we saw this type of reaction around here. So let's see how the pullback occurs, and either we will be able to take it on the upper side or not. But let's see. I want to remove this, guys, so that I can actually see through the different lens. CAD CHF. So you can see that the Canadian dollar is a bit weaker, and although the push came, but the things are due to the tariff right now. The problems, it could be a fake push or a fake strength, and this was the trade that was actually taken, and you can see the trade idea was that this type of candle was actually developing. The prices went up. Here my alert was sitting right here, and then the prices pulled back, and then the prices broke on the upper side, pushing on the upper side like that. So it shows that the swings are quite strong, but with the today's data that is coming out, things can change. So that's all, guys. This is DXY back here again, and I hope this analysis made sense. I understand that the prices has kind of like unfolded a lot, but it's fine. Wait for your position, wait for your entry, wait for your setup. It's really important. So take care, guys. Thank you very much.